Hello everybody, Great Dagger back, and I am going to give something a little different, my newbie tutorial for sailing the Bandit 60, which is what I'm piloting right now. One of the main reasons I picked this boat was the fact that it has autopilot, because I have no idea how to sail, to be honest. Little sim crossing there. I do know that based on the direction the boat's going in comparison to the wind, you have to use either the spinnaker or the Genoa sail. I think it's Genoa. And that's all I know. But the nice thing about this is with the Bandit sailboat, you enable autopilot. The gauges are orange, and all you have to do is steer. All you have to do is use the A and D, or the left and right arrow keys, to steer your sailboat, which is awesome, because that I can do. Anything after that, I don't know how to do. This is one of their larger sailboats, the Bandit 60. I think it runs almost 100 prims. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's probably pretty close. So it's a little weighty on your parcel if you're going to put it out as a decoration. But it looks super nice. Now I do have a texture pack installed that gives these sail or waves along the hull and on the sails. That's made by a third-party developer. There's a ton of texture packs for these boats. Bandit also includes the textures with the boat for you to even customize yourself. So that's like super cool. Beyond that, I've also installed an add-on, which installs these arms where you can hang a smaller boat off of, and lights along the deck, and running lights on the left and right hand side here. These lights here. And I think I think this light on the mast too. I don't remember if that was there or not before. But and to install that, you need to also purchase a script that relinks everything on the boat, so the original scripts in the boat work after these additional parts are linked to it. I will put a link to the comments below to all those different things in the marketplace, including the Bandit shop on the marketplace and their store in World. So you can go check out. You can try out any of their boats. All their boats are available to be demoed at their harbor, which is really sweet. So you can get to try them out, sail them around for 10 minutes, and try out more boats. You can just try them out to your heart's content. Now what I'm doing is I am running the route for the Leeward Cruise Club that was hosted this Sunday. This is the route here. Route. I keep saying route. It's route. So I originally started here, and you follow this yellow line. I'm not going to do the entire thing because that would probably take over an hour. But we'll go a little ways, and then once I'm done blabbering, we can probably stop it then. They also give you a note card with the different SURLs along the... just watching this sim crossing, make sure it happens right. Oh, good. So what was I saying? Oh yes, they give you a note card that has the SURLs that you can just drop into this HUD here. This HUD is free on the marketplace, and as you move to those waypoints, it'll chime, and then you click the top thing here, and then it'll mark the next one. That way it keeps you on track along this route here. And let's see, where are we in comparison? Oh, so we are like right about here along the route. Sim crossing's always a little daunting when sailing. You never know if you're going to come out of it okay. So again, this HUD's free. I will post a link to that on the marketplace. And they also have a pro version. I think it's more for racing. Basically, it tells you the meters to your next waypoint. So I'm 270 some odd meters away. And the direction. You can click load to load up the next waypoint or the next note card of waypoints. And you can go next and previous to the waypoints on the particular note card. I'm at 5 of 21 now. Now all the commands for the Bandit are done through chat. It does not come with the HUD itself. But there are third-party makers on their marketplace that make HUDs for the Bandits. All you have to do is just search for Bandit and you'll find at least 3 or 4 of them. And basically, it's just an easier way of, instead of having to type in the commands, you can just click the button on the HUD and execute the commands to start the engine, stop the engine, drop the anchor, turn on off the lights, things like that. There are some clickable things that will change on the boat. You can also click the boat and move to any of the seated positions while you're piloting. As long as you stay seated when you're out in the sea, the boat will not de-res on you. You just need to make sure that you stay seated. That's the key point. And this boat will accommodate a total of 5 people. The skipper and 4 passengers. But this HUD you have to pay for. What this is, this represents an entire sim broken out into little squares. And blue indicates a parcel on the sim that's anybody can res objects there. So along the Blake Sea, northeast corners have these little res areas in case you run into a jam, sim crossing, or your Vero crashes or something like that. You can come back in, quickly raise your boat, hop on it, and continue sailing. If you see red squares, those indicate parcels with ban lines. And those are parcels that you want to avoid, because if you run into them, you're going to get kicked off your boat and probably like teleported home or some kind of jazz like that, and it's just going to be a complete headache to get back out there and continue sailing again. Not fun. So this boat's entirely made of mesh. And I just find this relaxing, completely relaxing and enjoyable to do when I get home from work and just want to chill out. Come down to the Blake Sea and do a little sailing. If I was to turn autopilot off, and we can just do it right now. These go green, indicating that it's off, and I think, yeah, so pressing down is adjusting the main sail. And now I stop moving because I've been screwing around and I don't know what I'm doing. So let's turn autopilot back on. And away we go. And I changed the wind to the north, blowing from the north. Oh, the sit thing finally worked. That's weird. What else was there I was going to talk about? I don't remember now. I talked about the two HUDs, a sailboat, and its autopilot. You can have 4 additional passengers on here, and they can move about the boat. They can even, you can even give them gestures to adjust the sails and stuff to help you sail it. You can lower the cover. Oh, is that not, is that, or is it hood? I don't remember. Oh, it was hood. And the beam mini. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know. You can lower those so you can catch some sun rays while you're sailing. Open up the front hatch to let some air in. Going to wait to cross the sim here before I start turning and clicking the waypoint. Good thing to note when you're crossing this, crossing the sim borders, just don't try turning the boat. Oh, did I run into something? Oh, there's like a rock underneath me. I did run into something. Don't try to steer the boat when crossing the sim. It's best just to let it go across and then start steering after you've successfully crossed into the next sim. And another key factor to watch out for, is why I keep the mini-map up, is to avoid the 4 corners. That's really problematic when crossing the sim, and it could very much lead to crashing your viewer or just giving you a hard time. Since you can only be in one sim at one time, the handoff between the sims, especially at 4 corners, it really probably freaks them out. Doesn't know which sim you're supposed to be in, and it's just a bad way. There's a fellow sailor over there. So this is sailing in the Blake Sea. This is probably one of the biggest areas for sailing, or one of the most popular too. just because there's so many res points along the Blake Sea too, for you to get your ship out and continue on your boat. You get to take in some pretty interesting sights as you sail along, too. There's a nice house. It's a really nice house. Oh, she's got like a pirate ship. I do own also Bandit's jet ski, the Boss jet ski, which is a little fun little vehicle to zip around in on the waters. Generally, I don't use this HUD unless I am doing a cruise. That way it keeps me on track. So I know I'm going the right direction. And we're heading back down to under the Nautilus City Island, or the southern part of it. And basically the whole trek would bring me along here, down along here, and I think up, over, and I would end about there. But this is sailing in Second Life. This is also a good place to fly planes and helicopters, because there's so many connected sims. You don't have to worry about band line parcels that people have put on their homes in the mainland and things like that. You just have this great open space to fly around in. So you often see planes and helicopters zipping around out here too, above you, as you're sailing along the sea. So that is sailing, my little newbie guide to sailing. One of these days I'll actually figure out how to sail. I appreciate folks for watching, and give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, found it informative, excuse me, and or subscribe if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. Take care, everybody, and don't get too wet out there if you decide to get a sailboat yourself or a little cruising boat. And have a happy holidays.